Hello, my name is Christopher V, and today I'll be talking about my final project for the class. So for my final project, I decided to do something simpler. I created a player class and a player driver that would write to a file. The class is basically, it's a standard class. It has these variables: name, yard 40, age, position, at bats, and successful hits, and everything that a class usually has: the constructors, the methods, and so on. What I'll be talking about, for the most part, is going to be the player driver. So the player driver is basically what runs it. So we create a file, then create an array of players that the user will then be able to create however many players they like, and then the project writes the players to a file. So let's run it. So upon running it, you'll be prompted, you'll be asked how many players you'll be inputting information for. This could be any number of players. In this case, I'll just input 3. Then you'll be told the name of the player. I'll input myself for the first one. Then you'll be asked the position of the player. Let's go second base for this, and the age of the player. Then the 40-yard time, which will then be used to calculate other things that is in the main player class. So let's just make something up, 5.3. Then the number of times the player was at bat. Let's say 20. Then the amount of successful hits the player got. This will then be used to calculate the batting average later when printed. Then let's go to the next player. Let's say Bob Jenkins, random player. Let's say he plays catcher. It's 23. He has a 6.0, 40-yard time, 25 at-bats, 17 successful. Second name of player. Let's say John Hancock. Let's say he's first base, or first base. I added an R on accident. Let's say he's 20. He has a 4.7, 40-yard. He's been at bat 17 times and successful 10 times. And that would be the code running. Now we created a player info file that will be found in wherever this project is stored. There would be a file created. So if we open that, this is what was written to the code: your player's name, the position, the age, the batting average, the time to first, which is calculated, and the time that it takes for them to run to home plate from first. So yeah, that's basically what my project does. It can do it for any amount of players, and it's very useful when you need to keep track of a lot of things. And if you run it again, it'll keep adding more and more and more. It won't overwrite these answers here, or these players here. So that's my final project. Thank you.